You know who called me last? She called me at 9:30 last night, and I returned my call, didn't I? I returned my call.
Sorry for you.
Somebody gave him my personal number.
Not me.
No, it wasn't.
I don't have
But that's
cell number
okay.
or personal number. Your wife probably said, "What the hell?"
No.
Look, you could get her little daughter to go around doing this.
That's exactly right. Yes, they end up with one of the girls.
Excuse me.
What we're doing right now, I've just had an opportunity to sell some fundraising tickets for an event that we're sponsoring on Sunday the 29th. It's $10 a person, and many of these young people have never had the opportunity to enjoy themselves on ice. So they're going to be their first time skating on ice. Most of them have raised and never seen the snow to be out in reality. Now they're going to skate on ice. They're used to soccer fields and dirt fields and baseball diamonds. Now they're going to enjoy themselves on the ice skating ring. The actual ice skating ring is used by the Kings as their practice session.
I never got mine.
You never got any?
I haven't gotten mine.
Start selling them.
Yeah, what happened?
Huh?
How?
Walk around, ice skating tickets.
Do I need tickets?
Look it, Sanchez got some and Villapando got some. I gave Ariel, didn't Ariel give you any? I served in what was a learning channel. And the learning channel came and filmed myself and my team, which were professional detectives, watching auto thieves steal cars. So now you'll notice there's a program actually called that formulated off our initial story from the Learning Channel on bait cars. You stick a car out there and allow the thieves to steal the cars. So now in today's U.S. market, there's numerous cities that are actually promoting putting out police bait cars, which are cars that thieves will steal, and the crooks are locked in the car and captured. Have you seen that on TV?
No.
What happens at the regular public high school when you're on a varsity team or a sports team? That serves as your physical education class.
Oh yeah.
PE. And they get credit for it. We have, I think 1 year the girls get to have PE. The other 3 years they don't do PE. The fact that they're playing sports here, they don't get any high school credit to graduate because they have to take what they call AP classes, advanced placement, college placement classes. They've got to take those type of classes, period. Hey, start selling some tickets. Hey, I got some right here.
Free lunch for 90%, over 90%. Wow.
For both high schools.
Any good? Is it food good?
It's government food. It's pre-mixed spaghetti. I'll find out what they had for lunch today. I'll have to know. They give them milk. They give them a vegetable.
Because they can't afford it.
Yeah, it's all free. It's tragic. I mean, I grew up poor, so I know.
Yeah. Well, you know, we have the same.
I can remember being, I must have been 4. One of my earliest childhood memories that I can remember. I had a toy, one little toy plastic truck, and we had the floor heater, and you're rolling, and you push it. My car melted.
Oh, was that hot?
It was that hot, and the wheels melted. It was like, what the? It wasn't any good. It didn't last too long. My only I can remember that to this day. The floor heater and the car that I had, plastic little toy car. So I know what it is to grow up poor and to struggle. Yesterday, for example, was the first grade, and I had promised the girls if they do well in school, I would buy them a sandwich before their game. So they all ordered Subway, so I bought 10 Subway sandwiches yesterday for them, to eat. But that was probably their dinner, served as their dinner. And they ate it before the game and after the game. They were done. We don't have a budget, for example, for awards. Okay, to buy trophies, little $5 trophies, plaques. Can you imagine? So they got to do this. We have to raise money so that we can go buy the plaques. Rather, who wants a piece of paper or a certificate? It's nicer to get a little trophy, a little plaque to recognize their accomplishment.
Of course.
For participation.
Yeah, of course.
You know. My wife is. She's just an understanding wife.
Yes,
Yeah. She's and you'll meet the kids tomorrow, and then you'll meet her. Yeah.
Is she, does she work or is she retired?
She's retired. She's retired. I actually met her at the police. I'm divorced.
Okay.
Yeah, I had been married 19 years.
All right.
And which was a challenge. Divorce cost me $500,000.
Oh, really?
Very expensive.
Wow.
And a friend of mine that I grew up with, that I used to work at McDonald's growing up, one of my first jobs. And he says, I got a really good girl for you to meet. And when you're 40 years old, you don't want to get married for a long time. And I took her to the Christmas dinner, and we stayed together for it took like several years for my divorce to finalize.
Oh, wow.
Water's better than
I had a pretty strenuous divorce. And we waited about 10 years before we finally got married. And it's different when you get married in your 50s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, we've been married now 9 years. So, it's good. It's a good thing. She's understanding. Again, she had 2 daughters, which are my daughters, like I told you. I pay for their weddings, right? I pay for their mom to go see them in Sweden or in Switzerland.
So it is Switzerland.
Switzerland, it is Switzerland. Yeah, it is Switzerland. And this poor girl, she's got 5 daughters. Hey, who was the best teacher you ever had?
Who was the youngest teacher that
That's it. But who was the best teacher you ever had? And who was the youngest teacher you ever had? That was the coolest? Me. Yeah.
Well, he tries to tell me that he's young. I said, if I graduate in '84 and you are a full officer, there's no way. He's trying to tell the kid, everybody he's only in his 40s. I'm 47.
I'm not 40. I wish I was 40.
He tries to say he's young.
I wish I was 40, but am I young? Yes, I am. Young at heart, right? That's right. That's right. Yeah. And the reality of it, that's why we lost the football program. They see the support here we have for soccer and basketball. We don't get that. If you're 0-10 every year, you don't get too much support. And the other thing is, the problem is, everybody here knows they got to have their physicals done. Everybody here knows they've got to raise money. Football, by the time, a week before the first game, 6 boys had their physicals.
Who's that the coach for basketball?
Coach T. Yeah.